Hi everybody. I got a message that said it disconnected, but now it looks like it's back. So I hope I'm live. This is Patty Bennett, and I am really excited to show you the new storage solutions by Stampin' Up. So I hope this went live because, like I said, I just got a disconnect message. Oh yay! Okay, Michelle is here. Thank you. I'm glad it's working. I'm just gonna pull it up right here on my iPad so that I can hopefully see comments while everybody is checking in. So sorry about that. I didn't mean to be so startled at the beginning. Anyway, hey, welcome. I know this is super impromptu, but I am going to be talking to, hi Megan, hi Jason, I see a bunch of you. Hi Kim, I see a bunch of you logging on. I'm going to be showing you the new storage solutions from Stampin' Up. So I just received all of this morning, and when it came, I just got some of it out of the box really quick, and then I was going out to lunch with my dear friend for her birthday. Some of you have probably heard me mention my friend Jan, who helps me with some die cutting, and it was her birthday yesterday, so I took her out to lunch, and then I just thought, let me just jump on and start showing you some of these amazing products because I just got some of them and I knew you would want to see them. So while everybody is jumping on, real quickly, I just wanted to show you this cute, adorable project. This was on my blog today, pattystamps.com. My friend Cindy Wilkinson made this for me. Isn't this the cutest little sweet treat cup packaging covered with the gingham gala paper? I know all these hearts are going by. It's so cute. And then she used the daisy punch on the top. So each daisy is actually 2 daisy punches layered together, curled a little bit, sponged a little bit. I mean, the cutest, right? So adorable. And then the handle is attached to the lid so that you can put the treats inside and people don't have to destroy the packaging. I love things like that because it's so hard when things are like tied together and then you have to destroy it. You know what I just saw? This is so cute. Look, she put it, wait, I'll let it focus. Is it focusing? Oh, come on. There's a teeny little butterfly right there. I don't know. I think I'm distracting it because I'm moving it around. Anyway, so cute. This is on my blog today, pattystamps.com. And coming up, I'm hoping to do a live video tomorrow to show you this little basket that I made when I was at Cindy's. So I am going to hopefully show you this on a live tomorrow. Super cute. But I just wanted to show you those while everybody was jumping on. So let's get to the storage. You may have already seen the flyers. These have been on my blog. You can download them, or if you're a demonstrator, you can get them from the website. You can see this information on the Stampin' Up store. It's been in a lot of places. I will link to it at the top of this video or below if you're watching it on YouTube so that you can actually download this if you don't have it. But this flyer gives you all the information about the actual pieces and the pricing. This flyer is a worksheet so that if you know how many ink pads or how many markers you have and that you want to store them in this new system, it tells you how many to buy. So it's like perfect. It's just very simple math. Don't let the math scare you. So here is a configuration of what it might look like if you were storing a stack of 10 pads here and a stack of 10 pads here, and then some of the blends markers and some accessories. So that's what you could make it look like. But you can just configure this in any way that you wish. And there are also some examples of ways that you might want to configure your different storage. And we'll talk about the lids that go on top because there are different ways you can do this. So if you haven't heard about this new storage from Stampin' Up, let me just show you that you can store your Stampin Blends markers. Okay, and I'll show you, this is how it looks from the side. So you can see that it sticks out a little bit like the length of the cap. And I have room to put the rest of my colors in here. I just started with that many to show you what I was doing. So there's Stampin Blends storage. There is ink pad storage. And it also comes with the slot right here to put your marker. So it would be your matching pad and marker that would fit. Now you might notice on top, I have some refills, and I'm going to tilt it just a little so you can kind of see. It holds about 21 refills. I think possibly if you reconfigured this slightly, you might get 22, but quite a few on top of there. But this is totally customizable. So the refills are actually in this little tray. So that is an option for the top of any of your storage solutions. So that's where my ink pads were. I mean, excuse me, my refills. Okay, they're in one of these. But, and I wanted to show you how nicely this all comes packaged. So I didn't open the flat lid yet. Everything is wrapped in plastic, and everything else except this also came in a box, its own little box. Okay, so very safely packaged. But you can also order a flat lid. So I just thought we would look at that as an alternate to the little tray, so that if you wanted a flat surface on top, you can do that. And of course you can interchange. So I just wanted to give you the overview first, and now let's actually look at how these come. So like I said, they all come in their own box, little picture of what is in there. And then every one of them comes like this with its own protective styrofoam packaging, which I think is great. So we're not going to have any little broken or chipped corners or ends or anything. Then everything is in a plastic bag. And this one is an open cubby. So this would be the one where if you wanted to store something that's an odd size that doesn't fit in one of these, or you wanted to store some ribbon, some punches, whatever, that you have this open cubby to do that. So if you wanted to put this tray, sorry, it's kind of weird to do it up in the air. Hang on. It fits fine. It's just kind of odd to do it up in the air like that. Okay, sorry, I am being like uncoordinated with this. It really does fit just fine. So here is the tray option on top of the cubby. And what just came out, I was going to show you these. Each one also comes with these little silicone feet. So you can put that on the bottom if you don't want this to like slide around at all on your work surface or your countertop, wherever you're storing it. So everything comes with the little feet, which is great. The flat lid did not come with the feet. That makes sense, right? You wouldn't need the feet for the flat lid. But I could take the flat lid off and interchange, and I could put this unit on top of this. So totally, let's hold it a little bit closer without me dumping them all out. So totally customizable as far as how tall you want to make it. Well, within reason. I mean, you're not going to stack this like 4 feet tall because, you know, you're going to have Leaning Tower of Pisa probably, and it's going to fall down. But, you know, within reason, right? So let's say, let me just grab, if we wanted to store some ribbons, you could do that in here. You could do some washi tape. You could do some punches. You could do your extra, you know, like if you wanted to do some of your accessory items in there. Anything you want, really. I'm kind of thinking that up here, this would be a nice place for my baker's twine. Right? That would be handy. You could do baker's twine on top. You could do whatever you want. So really versatile. Let's look at the ink pad storage. So let's see, I have one here that we can open, and I'll show you without the ink pads in it exactly what it looks like. And again, with the styrofoam. And you know what? I do apologize. I see that comments have been going by and I was not catching those. Hold your comments for me if you don't mind, and I will ask you to repost those so that I can actually read them, because I do want to answer your questions. But I was just so excited about showing you all of these options. So more little silicone feet. So here is what one section would look like. And when you refer to those PDF downloads that you can get off of my blog or on the Stampin' Up website, you'll know that this configuration of 5 trays for your ink pads is $14. Okay, so one little cubicle would be $14. And then you would have your option of, if you want this tray section to go on top, like I have right here, or if you would want to put the flat lid on top, and then it's totally up to you. Or you could keep stacking. So let me put this down and let's stack these on top of these, and then we'll look at that. Okay, so now, and they do lock in really nicely, by the way, they really do. So now we have 10 slots, which would be one of the Stampin' Up color families. Okay, I like that. So I'm sure that that was the entire goal of this, but you could put your whole color family and all of the markers, and you could put your reinkers on top or whatever else you want, any configuration that works for you. So, oh yes, I should say this is US pricing. I just saw somebody comment about in Europe. So yes, or was it, I'm sorry, the comment flew by already, but in the US it's $14 per section. So this would be $28, and then this tray on top is $5. It's called a storage topper officially. That's the official name. This one, and that's what you could put your reinkers or other things in. So if you want to see from the side, the markers do stick out, obviously, because they are bigger than the ink pads. And if we look at it from this side, you can see that the ink pads stick out just, what, maybe not quite 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so if you're just wondering. And then they are very easy to grab because there's just like the right amount of space to get your fingers in there. So to me, that's really important. I don't want to try to, you know, fish it out of there, if you know what I mean. But you can also grab from the sides, which is really nice. So either way, and they do fit in really super easily. Okay, there's no fighting with it. There's no finagling. They slide in and out super, super nice. And I'm just going to take one off the bottom here because I just want to show you that they are super durable, nice plastic. I am thrilled with the sturdiness of these. I was, be honest, a little leery when I heard plastic. I was like, plastic. But they're wonderful. They really are. I'm very, very, very happy with these. Really thrilled with these. So yay. You know, in the background that I've posted this many times. I've had the Stampin' Storage wood units for years, and I'm a huge fan and obviously have it all arranged and at my fingertips. I'm used to that, but I wanted to get a set of this and see how it was. I wanted to make sure that what I was telling you was accurate and that it was easy to use. So I just, you know, I love that this is an option. And I really love that we can do our Stampin' Blends, and we can do other items as well as the reinkers, the markers, and it's totally up to you how you want to line them up and configure them and make them taller, wider. For me, in my space, you can see I like to have things out in front of me this way. And for all of you super neat freaks, I'm really sorry, because you're probably going, oh my gosh, that's so much stuff out there. That's just how I roll. I love it all out, so it's all out here. But anyway, I like having things like long and in front of me. So, which is great because you could do that with this. You're not locked into, well, it has to be 2 feet tall or it has to be 3 feet wide or whatever. So I do love that about this Stampin' Up system, is that you can configure it to fit your space. Really love that. Now, I did see before I went live, some people were asking about the other ink pads. So let's take a few of these out and let's look at the other pads. So I'm just going to grab a couple of my rainbow pads, a StazOn, Memento, and then I do still have a couple of the old style pads. So let's look at this and see. I have not tried this yet. So, okay, so the old style pad, okay, so it goes in, but what you can't see is that it's actually lifting and separating these sections a little bit. And even if I try to hold this up, I don't know that you're going to be able to see it, but I can see right here that the gap between these, well, that there is a little gap between these, whereas otherwise they lock in tightly. So does it fit? Yes. Would I recommend this? Probably not. And Stampin' Up! Did say that it does not fit this old style. And I think that's why, is because this is slightly taller and it's lifting this. So what might happen is that this will become insecure because they're not kind of locking together. Not that they lock. I'm not saying that they like click and lock, but you know what I mean. They're nesting snugly except when you make that little gap. So just saying, okay, you could do it. I'm not going to recommend it, but there you go. So let's try Memento and StazOn. Okay, so let me see what's in here. So, okay, the Memento and the StazOn, it's going in fine. Oh, that's actually a little tight. StazOn must be taller. That's really kind of tight. That's, see if I were to pull it, how it's moving everything. So I would recommend possibly that you use a cubby like this. For the ones that are not fitting absolutely perfectly, I would put them here. Now let's try the rainbow pad. Okay, the rainbow pad seems to be a perfect height, or spectrum pad, whatever you prefer to call. That is fitting fine. Now it sticks out a little more than the Stampin' Up! Pad because it is a deeper pad, but it does fit fine. So you could, yeah, you could do rainbow pads in there if you wanted to. Now it's funny, that one feels a little tighter. So that's interesting. I suppose it's possible that, you know, one of them is like a micromillimeter whatever bigger. I don't know. I guess the answer is try it and see if you like it or if you don't like it. But you could also stack them in here in this cubby. So you could do that. Or I like to keep them upside down. So you could do that. They don't fit side by side, but you could make a stack over here of your odds. I don't want to call them odd, but you know what I mean. The pads that aren't regular new Stampin' Up! Pads. But these slide in and out just totally with ease. Nothing is touching, binding, lifting, whatever. So that's a good sign. I like that, just the way that these fit in there. And the Blends markers just super easy, slide in and out as well. So, oh, Versamark, somebody is asking. Thank you. I didn't even see that one up there. It's too tall. The Versamark is even deeper than these. Yeah, it's taller. So it's not fitting in there at all. I mean, I wouldn't even, yeah, it's like lifting the whole thing up to try to get it in. So Versamark would be something to put over here. Great question. Let's see. So now if you had a question before and I didn't catch it, can you please repost it now so that I'm going to watch right now for your questions so that we can go through this. Yes, I am very excited as well, Jennifer. I think this is very exciting and a lovely option. I just love how customizable this is to your space. Or if you just needed to take like a stack of 5 of these or something to an event, to stamp with a friend or something, you could do that. I think it's really neat. The Stampin' Right markers, yes, I have those right here. So those are the markers that I was showing you over here when this was filled in. And I know I've mixed those up now, but the markers, those are the Stampin' Right markers right there that fit into the side of the ones with the ink pads. Can you buy the cube to put the other ink pads in? Yes. So everything is available separately. So this is one item, this tray that goes on top. That's one item. That's $5. So that is, everything is purchasable. Is that a word? You can purchase everything separately. Okay. So that's one item. This cube is a separate item, and that is $10 for the cube. The flat lid is $3. So that's a lid that you can just use like that if you don't want something extra on top of that. So that is $3. And then for the blends, when you buy a package, actually, I forgot to open that one. I was going to show you. So when you open the box for the blends, the Stampin Blends, again, comes beautifully packaged, and you get your little silicone feet, and this is how you would buy a set of the blends holders. And that one for Stampin Blends is $14 for this. It comes with the 5 trays, and each tray stores 6 blends. So you would store 30 of your blends for the $14 price. And see, I could keep stacking to accommodate. And wonderful, because I hope that we still come out with more. You can see I don't have my greens and blues in here yet, but I will. So you could just keep stacking your blends storage like that. And then the last thing, $14 is, oh, did I, hang on, I took off not the right amount of these. So the 5 slots for your ink pads and markers. So this is the ink pad storage, and this one is also $14. Okay, so that's how you buy them, and you just keep stacking and arranging however you want to, and they snap together beautifully. And like I said, not like you have to snap something in place, but they just layer and they just fit. They fit really nicely. Sorry, I'm like all tongue-tied because I'm so excited. Let's see. Karen, let's see. How do the old fit in? Oh, well, we did that. Maybe you tuned in later. So the old style ink pads, I only have a couple of them, but I'm glad I had one just to show you. So I was saying that yes, they fit, but because they're a little bit thicker this way than the current pads, it's lifting it a little bit. So it's going to, in my opinion, make this a little less stable, if that makes sense. Because with the regular ink pads, they're just gliding. They're not touching anything except, of course, the bottom. But they're allowing everything to fit together perfectly. When you put this one in, it's lifting it a little bit, and I think it's making it a little unstable. You can always try it. You can see what you think, but personally, I think I would put the old style ink pads into this type of a cubby if you still have some of those, and I don't think I would store them in that tray. Hey Rick, how are you? Hey Amy, let me just scroll back. Hang on, let me figure out how. I'm going to scroll back. I know I missed some comments and I apologize. Old style, okay. Yes, love how it looks. Do the blends cubes come apart? Yes. So every stack of 5 is how you purchase it. Now, if you didn't need that many, I see what you're saying. Yes, they come apart. I'm sorry. I should have shown that. My goodness, everything comes apart. Like I said, I'm just so excited. I'm just like, well, I just have to show you all this. So there, if I only wanted one more tray up there, I could do that. Can you see that? the comments are in the way, and I'm hoping that on the video you can actually see it. So yes, you could take that apart and you could have 6, you could have 8, you could have 9, you could have however many you want if you didn't want to do the entire stack. Now, the only thing that you can't do is once you have this little tray on here, these will not click in and fit. But of course you wouldn't even want to do that because then you couldn't even get to that. So just FYI, just saying. And then let me just take those reinkers off for a minute. And yes, all of these are separate as well. So when you buy that stack of 5, if you don't want all 5, by all means, you can rearrange that. If you want to put a few ink pads on top of your blends holder, and then you want to put a tray, you can do that. If you want, where did our flat lid go? Is it back here? Here you are. If you wanted the flat lid on top of that, you could do that. So however you want to arrange it, if you want to put the cubby tray on top of that one, you can do that. So any way that you want to configure it is amazing. Yes, so the set of 5 trays is $14. I love it too, Christy. I love it. Let me just see if if I missed other. Okay. Oh, so here's a good point. So I'm sorry, I just thought that went by really quick. Someone said that they couldn't afford to order everything at first. So here's the great news is that if you want to just start with, say, a stack of 10 of the ink pad holders for one of your color families, you can do that. And then maybe in another month or whatever, you get another stack for another color family, you can do that. Or you only want to get one set of 5 and you store your in colors in it, you could do that. So totally customizable. I think it is great. Yes, so Leanne, that's what I was just doing here. I was showing that you could intermix. You could do some of your ink pads and some of your blends. You could put the tray on top, or you could put the flat lid on top. You can mix and match however you want. Put those together. We could put our cube over here. Sorry, I hope I'm not totally putting my head into the camera. Oh, well, helps if you do it the right direction. Gosh, there we go. That's a lot better. And then I could put my lid on that one. Or I could put, I could stack more of my, more of my ink pads back on there. I could put my, here's the front. I guess you can tell the front because it has the Stampin' Up logo, so that's handy. So I could put my refills. Sorry, it is a little hard to do this. Off to the side, behind. There we go. There we go. So see how I'm just rearranging and I'm making it be however I like. I just think that's amazing. So yes, these will be in the new catalog. They are available right now, early, prior to the new catalog release. The only thing is Stampin' Up! Has warned us that if these sell really well and they go out of stock, they are going to turn off the ordering codes. And that's just simply so they don't end up with a huge back order list. So if you think that you want these, I would get them now, at least get some to try it out and see how you want to build on it. Because like I said, you know, if they run out, they're going to turn off the codes, but they will be in the new catalog. They will be available. It's just that you might end up waiting a long time. I mean, we just don't know how that's going to go. So any other questions that I can answer for you? Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, Amanda, we did that. We tried with the Stays On and the Memento, and oh gosh, I guess it's down here. Well, let me take these out so you can see up here. So the Stays On, they fit, but the Memento is really tight and it's kind of lifting it. So I would not do the Memento in there. I would put my Memento over there. The Stays On, I would say it's like marginally okay. Okay, well, now wait. Oh, sorry, that's the blends. Like, that doesn't go in. That's because that one is for the blends. So that one is sort of okay, but it's scraping. So again, I think I would just store that in my cubby as opposed to in this one. Let's see, Leonie is asking, could you put the open one standing up and add the lid to make a big, okay, I know what you mean because I thought about this as well. So let me take this off and I'll show you what Leonie is asking. So she's saying, could you take this and put the lid on it and then put it this way so that you can put, like you could stack your envelopes or your cards or whatever. Yes, you can, but the problem is if I let go of this, this comes off. So it's really being held on there by gravity when you have it stored this way. So if you wanted to do that, I would just take a rubber band or washi tape or something, you know, and go around it to hold it together as a cube this way. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's not going to stay there by itself. Okay, so somebody's asking about the price of 10. So they don't come in a stack of 10, they come in a pack of 5, and they're $14 in the US for the pack of 5. Whether you get the blends or the ink pad holders, they're both $14 for the stack of 5. Yes, can't wait to get yours, Michelle. Oh, could you glue it? Well, sure. Why? Didn't think of that. Yeah, you could glue that together and then you'd have a cube to stand up this way. So if we put it next to here, then it's the same depth. And I don't even know if you can quite see that on camera. It's right over here. So then it would all line up and you would have a place to put things this way. So that would be kind of cool. Now what you couldn't do is put it on top of here because it's not the same width. Could you turn it this way? You could put it there, but it's not going to lock in. So, I mean, you could certainly experiment and yeah, this would be kind of fun. I could see definitely having this on my desk with extra envelopes and pens and some Post-it notes and whatnot in there. So that would be totally an option. So even if you wanted to go higher, you could have this piece way up here. And then we could put this tray back over here. So fun, right? You could even stack your odd size ink pads in that tray. So however you would want to do that. So you're welcome. Oh yeah, scissors. Sure, definitely scissors. Yeah. So you're welcome. I hope this was very helpful to you all. I know some of you had commented on my other post, how did I get this so early? I paid for overnight shipping. There's just some things that I'm so anxious to get that I want to go ahead and get them fast. So I did pay for overnight shipping. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. And if you have other questions that I didn't cover, because I know comments were going by really quickly, just go ahead and leave me a comment. I will link to the ordering on top. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you need to order, you will be able to do that. And you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you all for joining me and enjoy your organizing. It's so much fun. I think that's almost as fun as the crafting part, right? Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.